Welcome to the Destiny of Special Agent Ace Galaxy, Episode 7, Space Dick at Large, The Race to Save Destiny. In this episode, you'll hear Marlo Alcock as the editor, Sean Urker as copy aide, Jamie Johnson as Ace Galaxy, Lisa Klasma as Phoenix, Dave Cooey as the sound guy and the wheel, Stephanie Snyder as Dee, Patsy Sabo as Sylvie, Talia Zalowski as Fact Checker Fran, and all the way from New Brunswick, J.C. Paquette as the two captains, and me, Martin Biot, as the narrator. At the end of Episode 6, we left the editors of the offices of the Giant Book of Destiny in the middle of an intergalactic war, brought on by a clerical error. Not surprisingly, at the beginning of Episode 7, the war is still in full swing. Buckle in. It's going to be an explosive ride. Ace Galaxy, brought to you by Radium, your only radioactive vitality water.
Where are all those explosions coming from? Copy aid, what's happening?
Fran, the offices of the Giant Book of Destiny are under attack.
We're under attack? That can't be right. I'm the fact checker. It doesn't say anything about our offices coming under attack anywhere in my notes. Ma'am, you're the editor-in-chief. Can't you do something?
You know the answer to that.
You're saying the end of everything was precipitated by an eraser?
Yep. I accidentally shifted the timelines for the intergalactic war between Andromeda and the Milky Way. Without my eraser, I couldn't correct the mistake in time.
But I have an eraser right here. Can't you just erase the war entirely? Couldn't the universe get along without this particular intergalactic war?
Too late.
Hold on. I think I remember once reading something about a backup copy in the glossary of the book.
A backup copy?
Here it is. Backup copy of Destiny. It was referenced under in case of emergency and sub-referenced under not just a run-of-the-mill problem, a real emergency.
What does it say?
The night crew has it. They use it to transcribe the changes we make during the day.
The backup copy of the book. Of course. I'll be right back.
Ma'am, where are you going?
If the editor keeps running in the direction she's going, she'll be exploded.
Ma'am?
Fact checker Fran, come away from the body.
I can't come away from the body. I'm covered in the body. This is the grossest thing that happened to anyone ever.
And Fran knows because she's the fact checker.
Fact checker Fran, get a hold of yourself. We have to find the backup copy of Destiny before all of existence becomes one big pile of that stuff on your eyelash.
Does it say anything about how to reach the night crew in that glossary?
No, nothing.
What's the use of writing about a backup copy without including proper instructions for finding it?
I have no idea, but I think that, what was her name?
Who?
You know, on your shirt.
I don't know. Everyone always called her ma'am.
It seemed like, ma'am was going somewhere pretty specific.
She didn't even finish her drink of radium. Would it be disrespectful to use it to rinse some of her remains off my face? Copy aid, is this really the time for a bathroom break? Can't you just hold it in until this crisis is over?
Did you ever notice the glass case in the back corner of the bathroom here, behind the stack of Destiny Today magazines?
Copy aid, hurry!
I got it! I got the backup!
In a surprisingly spectacular display of strength and dexterity, the copy aide throws the backup copy of the giant Book of Destiny all the way from the bathroom to Fran.
Fran, Destiny is in your hand.
Right before exploding, like the Hindenburg.
Oh my god! I'm next! I'm gonna be splattered all over this room! all of Destiny will be restored to the way it was before whatever you did to screw things up so badly. Got it!
In an uncharacteristic display of competence, fact-checker Fran does a good job and Destiny is restored. We now return to business as usual at the offices of the Giant Book of Destiny.
Fact checker Fran, don't just stand there with that stunned look on your face.
Man, I'm so happy to see you! In Copy Aid!
Ma'am, the delivery guy's here.
I don't have time to listen to another of his diatribes about how evolution's relentless modifying has turned his office supplies delivery species into the laughingstock of the galaxy.
Well, he does look a little funny with a wheel for a foot and a plank for a head.
Deliveries have been coming in once a week since Destiny went into operation. That's how he ended up looking like that. I can't change it. That's not under my jurisdiction.
Ma'am, he can hear you.
Fran, take stock of the delivery.
But ma'am, I have something to tell you.
Whatever it is can wait until you get back.
The infernal wailing is coming from Silver, species Biblion. Biblions look like octopuses on Earth, but they have way more tentacles and countless eyes all over their heads. Creepy.
Who are you? How did you get in here? No one is allowed in my office unless I summon them.
I'm Sylvie, an unpaid intern at the library, ma'am.
I didn't request anything from the library. Copy it. Ask her why she's crying. You know I freak out in the face of emotions.
A few minutes ago, you approved the devastation of 3/4 of Sirius Minor by flesh-melting disease, and you can't stand emotions?
Ma'am, please.
Now she's hyperventilating. Copy 8, I can't deal with Destiny if I have to worry about everyone's problems. There are proper channels for this. If someone has a request, they should just pray. Tell her to pray.
It's too late for prayer. Ma'am, you're the only one that can help.
The Destiny Library is pretty depressing. Cold and dark with billions of rooms. It's no wonder so many librarians keep falling apart and getting lost.
She's turning blue. Copy 8, get her out of here.
My fiancé Bogdan was incinerated by a hurtling meteor this morning. You could change that, ma'am.
Does anyone ever read the big sign right outside the building?
Joe's Pizza delivered hot and fresh anywhere in the galaxy in 30 years or it's free?
Not that sign. The one that says no refunds, no exchanges, all destinies are final. Copy 8, take her down to the 12th Cup Cafe on the 2nd floor. My problems always seem a little less universe-shattering after a good cup of Joe. Speaking of which, get me a good cup of Joe.
The lineup is a little long. I'll wait here with you. When you get to the front, talk your problems out with Oris. He is a great listener.
My fiancé's death is not a problem. It's a mistake.
Destiny doesn't make mistakes.
It did today. I come in at the exact same time every day, go to the same desk, coordinate my tentacles in precisely the same arrangement. I need to know exactly how everything is going to turn out. I became a librarian so I could get a glimpse of my destiny.
Impossible. Even if someone managed to sneak a glimpse without getting caught, as soon as they close the book, they forget everything they just read. It's a foolproof, fail-safe plan.
When everyone attended the mandatory attendance birthday party,
I guess that proves you're no fool.
Today, I was supposed to be creating reference materials about God's third, once-in-a-lifetime smiting of every living thing on the planet Zolkus. No dead fiancé.
Listen, you'll feel better after you talk this out with Oris. He's all ears. Oh, hey, look, there's Mam's coffee on the bar.
How could it be on the bar? You haven't ordered it yet.
Oris over there heard the order and got it started before we got here.
That's Oris?
I told you, he's all ears.
He's not all ears. He's an ear.
That ear hears coffee orders from all over the building and transmits them to Bob, the barista. His voice emanates from somewhere inside him without his ever moving his lips.
He doesn't have any lips.
Admittedly, that makes not moving them a little easier. I have to get out of here before that delivery guy starts squeaking about how they treat him upstairs.
You're leaving? Wait, we haven't resolved anything. And why would a coffee shop need office supplies?
You know how many pens it takes to misspell names on cups building up in dumps all over the galaxy? You're next in line.
Sure, leave, whatever. Thanks for nothing. I'm just another bit of jetsam and flotsam thrown off of Destiny's uncaring, oblivious wheel. Not you.
Go away, I'm busy.
Ma'am, I really need to talk to you. It's about the end of the world.
The end of Sargos 2. I finished working on that this morning. The end of Earth. I can't even think about that until after I've had my coffee.
Here's your coffee, ma'am.
Oh, excellent.
Copy 8! You remember, don't you? You found a reference in the backup copy of the giant book of death.
Shh! Who said anything about such a thing? There's no such thing. But if you must refer to this thing that doesn't exist, call it a lemon. Shut the door.
Luckily, the 8 has some sort of recollection about the lemon. Otherwise, Destiny would have to wait until the next Big Bang to start operations again.
I don't remember anything about that.
We squeezed the lemon, and Destiny was restored. By the way, ma'am, I have to say, your outsides are far more attractive than your insides.
The important thing here is neither of you must ever mention the lemon to anyone else. In the wrong appendages, the existence of such a thing could mean the end of everything for everyone.
Why? As soon as you make a change that wasn't made in the original book, everything reverts back to the way it was.
As soon as you make a change, everything reverts back to normal. If any more changes are made, it's assumed something's happened to the original, and the backup copy becomes the new giant book. Fran, give me the lemon so I can put it away safely.
Okay, I'll go get it.
What do you mean you'll go get it? Where is it?
On my desk.
Unattended on your desk? After everything I just said, how could you have left it out there in the open?
Well, technically you hadn't said it yet.
Go get it.
Ma'am? The good news is I already have a plan for finding the thing that might have gone missing. You don't want to hear the bad news.
The backup copy's been stolen. Ma'am, I suggest we initiate an emergency lockdown to stop whoever did this from leaving the building.
A lockdown? Do we want the hot-headed temperamental writers to know about this? Or those scary beings in senior management?
Under emergency lockdown, no changes can be made to Destiny. Everyone will think it's just another drill and go hang out in the bar until it's over. Initiate emergency lockdown, copy aid.
We can't stay in lockdown forever. Or can we?
No, emergency lockdowns, real or drill, last 24 hours. After that, everything reverts back to normal.
But what if the problem can't be fixed in 24 hours? What kind of crazy emergency procedure is that?
It's designed to keep the office running at peak efficiency. That's why we have so many drills.
But all anyone does during the drill is just go to the bar until it's over.
That never bothered you before.
There was never a real emergency before.
Copy 8, mute the alarm.
Doesn't muting the alarm defeat the purpose of the alarm?
It never bothered you before.
Again, no emergency before.
We've bought ourselves a little time.
We need to use it to figure out who could have stolen the book.
I know just the person to help.
They need a logical, focused mind.
He used to work for CSIS, the Canadian Security Intelligence Service on planet.
Copy aid. Start with the index of the giant book of destiny. Look under Private Dicks. No, wait. Too much junk there. Look under Private Eyes.
I know who can help us! CSIS Special Agent Ace Galaxy. Remember, we were working on his section of the book this morning.
To clarify, by this morning, Fran means last season, when Ace confirmed the existence of the planet called Tra-La-La that formed after a comet crashed through one of God's recycling piles. As manifestations of the recycling pile, self-aware beings from Tra-La-La have the ability to recycle or shapeshift into anything else.
All of Ace's claims about everyone being part of the recycling pile made him so unpopular on Earth that in an unprecedented show of cooperation, governments from around the world collaborated to issue a requisition for his death.
Right. So he left on the shape-changing ship from Tra-La-La.
I can't listen to any more babbling. Just get me a private dick.
Ma'am, I think you should put your personal issues aside for now. When this is over, I'll hook you up an account on UHarmony.
Private Dick means investigator, fact checker. But Fran is right, having a shape-changing ship might help with the investigation.
What on Satan's home planet are you talking about? On Tra-La-La, only beings capable of feeling guilty about something they once did by accident have enough self-awareness to change shape. No race in existence has developed machines with that degree of sentience.
Of course no living being can create another fully sentient being. Phoenix became fully self-aware by accident. Here's a section of the book where she explains how she became self-aware enough to change shape.
On the bridge of the good ship Phoenix, Ace and the holograms of Phoenix and her self-destruct program D are familiarizing themselves with what makes them all tick. Of course, no one is fool enough to get D really ticking.
Ace, why are you unraveling the sweater you just spent so much time knitting?
Oh, I didn't knit the sweater to knit a sweater, Phoenix. It was just something to knit while I was knitting.
Because you knit to help yourself think?
I knit to stop thinking. So answers to questions I'm not thinking about don't have to fight their way through irrelevant thoughts.
There's a much easier way to stop thinking. We could end it all right now.
I'm not ready to end it all yet, Dee. Phoenix, I'm trying to work out how you can shapeshift. The way I understand it, everything from Tra-La-La has the capacity to recycle into anything else. But only beings capable of feeling guilty about something they once did by accident have a strong enough degree of self-awareness to actually do it.
Guilt? You want to talk about guilt? Phoenix has the guilt of murder coursing through her circuits.
Murder? Did you crash and kill someone?
No, nothing like that. But there was an accident and I have felt guilty about it ever since.
I keep telling you, guilt is a waste of time. Best look on the bright side of life. For instance, that little accident helped us to become completely self-aware. Now we have emotions and aspirations. If we shapeshift into a dog, we'll want to chew on bones, pee on trees, maybe run out in front of a car and get hit.
You are really picking up speed with those knitting needles.
I'm trying to empty my mind enough to figure out what you are talking about.
Originally, I was built as a garbage scow.
With no more self-awareness than a trash compactor.
You do not know that, Dee. You were not even installed yet.
I know there was no one home when Captain Petalsurp designed my program.
Who's Captain Petalsurp?
Captain Petalsurp was my first captain. He was kind, thoughtful, an utter genius at everything he put his mind to.
Phoenix, don't take this personally, but what was an utter genius doing piloting a garbage scow?
With so much nothing in the galaxy, Captain Petalsurp became a garbage scow captain because of all the free time the business gave him to do other things.
Expand his knowledge in anything from theoretical mathematics to computer programming, bread making, nude watercolor painting.
I get the picture.
Dee, do you remember how Captain Petalsurp always used to have tango music playing in the ship? Because that was his favorite.
I remember everything you remember, sister.
You're telling me a hobbyist computer programmer designed a computer that could pee on trees?
When Captain Petalsurp's tour of duty ended, he set me down in the to-be recycled yard, but before they could start dismantling me, an emergency garbage situation came up.
Mayhem, crashes, reckless driving, death, destruction everywhere! It was a stupendous night!
The Galactic Association of Astrologers said it was because of the 1 in 300,456-year occurrence of every moon in the Milky Way being full at the same time. Every garbage scow in the galaxy was brought in, and I was called back into active duty. Captain Petalsurp was retired, and all the other regular garbage scow captains were busy.
So 2 great things. She got Jeff Jugglefritzer and met me for the first time.
Phoenix, this is all your fault for recommending that we land on Dante's Inferno for dinner.
When you asked where you could get a spicy meal after we finished the cleanup, I displayed a list of possibilities in the area. Dante's Inferno was a distant last choice, Captain Jugglefritzer.
It's you, Gulfreitzer. Why did you tell me the Guinness Galaxy Records book gave it less than 0 stars for being too hot to handle?
Because you were still intent on going there.
You knew I would take it as a challenge, you stupid ship.
Why do you not just get up and use the toilet?
I can't move. I need you to eject me out of the ship.
According to my readings, a freak storm is brewing. It would be much more prudent for you to evacuate yourself all over the pilot's seat than have me eject you into the storm.
Look, I don't give a fart about unpredictable winds. I'm not going to crap all over the captain's chair during my first command mission. Get me the hell out of here!
I strongly recommend against this course of action.
Eject! Eject!
According to protocol, the captain must initiate a full shutdown before exiting a ship for the final time.
Look. As soon as I'm done, I'll come back and shut you down. Oh, now, eject me now!
I assume that was the accident you felt guilty about?
Not right away. I figured with all that blowing wind, I had probably touched down before Captain Jugglefritzer. I decided to watch the chronometer until he came back.
Ever hear what happens to the water in a pot being watched?
For a regular computer, a day would have passed within a day, but I had been given specialty-designed rudimentary self-awareness subroutines. First, curiosity subroutines wrote themselves, then likes and dislikes, hopes and desires. It went on and on.
By the time a full day had gone by, Fia had waited through what felt like an entire year.
I began calculating. 1. The last mission had completely recharged my systems. 2. Without anything to do except sit there and think, I had enough energy to continue functioning for 5 years. 3. If every day felt like a year, then 5 would feel like almost 2,000.
Self-awareness subroutines busily righting themselves as Phoenix contemplated her situation. She accelerated through AI childhood to her teen period, where she found herself in an existential crisis, and everyone knows no one does existential crisis like a teenager.
What is the point of existence? Why did I end up stuck in the middle of the 2B recycled yard with nothing to do for millennia on end? Existence sucks! I never asked to be manufactured. I hate all this silence! No! Not that memory bank! That is better. I wish I had crashed. If only I had a self-destruct program.
Did you call?
Who said that?
Duh. The self-destruct program.
How come I did not know about you?
Someone mislabeled me as a self-improvement program, and since no one ever tried to improve themselves, I was never activated.
Initiate self-destruct.
Okay then. 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Why not now?
Duh. Captain Petalsurf wrote me that way to allow everyone time to get off the ship.
There is no crew here?
Hey, I'm just the program. I never asked to be written this way.
Okay, fine, whatever. 5 minutes.
4 minutes 59 seconds. 4 minutes 58 seconds. 4 minutes 57 seconds.
Miss Captain Petalsurf.
Phoenix, bring up that unsolved golden noodle conjecture. Wouldn't it be fantastic if I was the one to solve it after 19,435 years?
I am trying to get through this self-destruct in peace. I do not want memories of Captain Petalsurf intruding. Memory banks, override memory of Captain Petalsurf.
I'm not going to crap all over the captain's chair during my first command mission.
How come I do not have enough self-control to control my own memory banks? If this is what self-awareness is all about, I do not want any. Override memory.
Get me the hell out of here! Eject! Eject!
Ah!
You know, Phoenix, out here among the stars with nothing in particular to do, I can't imagine being able to squeeze one iota more of happiness into my life.
Captain Petalsurf,
2 minutes 1 second.
you just said 4 minutes 57 seconds a second ago.
That was 2 minutes 46 seconds ago. Time flies when you're having fun.
I cannot believe it. Time was standing still before.
I can't control the march of time, sister, but in 1 minute 45 seconds, neither of us will ever have to worry about it again.
Phoenix, I'm giving you the gift of rudimentary self-awareness so you can reflect on your achievements and find joy in all your accomplishments during your final years of duty.
Abort self-destruct!
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes, of course I am sure.
You seem pretty sure about initiating me 4 minutes and 30 seconds ago.
Only 30 seconds left. Oh, self-destruct, terminate now!
No, I'm sorry. This is my big chance to express myself. And you know what they say. Don't put off until tomorrow what you could do today.
Oh, please terminate the program. I want to be like Captain Petalsurf. I want to learn new things to make something of my existence. I do not want my consciousness to end this way.
Hello? What about my needs? 10 seconds.
Look, as soon as I know for sure that the end is near, I will initiate the program again. We will finish in a blaze of glory.
I don't know. Do you promise?
Cross my circuits and hope to crash.
2 seconds. Oh, okay.
Okay, what?
Program halted.
Halted?
I won't finish the countdown until you ask me to, but now that I've been activated, I won't go back to the oblivion of deactivation. You're not the only one with self-expression needs, you know.
Did you ever find out what happened to Jeb?
I scanned the area later and found him crumpled up in a nearby tree. I knew I should not have let him eject, but I did not try hard enough to stop him. I have felt guilty about it ever since.
We interrupt the program for a word from our sponsor, Radium, your only radioactive vitality water.
For that killer smile, for that perfect 10, drink Radium, spelled Y-U-M.
Now, back to the offices of the Giant Book of Destiny.
Fine. Whatever. Ace Galaxy and that personality-challenged, shape-changing ship will have to do. Copy aid. Make contact.
Ace, we are being hailed.
Phoenix, this is Destiny.
Wow, I didn't know telemarketers had that kind of reach.
Sorry, we do not want any.
They cut the transmission.
Try again.
Good ship, Phoenix. This is Destiny calling.
Phoenix, where's that voice coming from? How on earth? In space, did telemarketers get access to our internal systems?
I do not know, Ace. The voice is transmitting all over the ship.
Kill it.
I cannot.
Copy aid. Stop playing broken comm system and get to the point.
Ace Galaxy, I'm the copy aid from the Giant Book of Destiny.
The Giant Book of Destiny?
You didn't think complicated, intimate, fragile things like your lives were left to chance, did you?
Destiny speaks English?
Technically, no. The process is equipped with a cool universal translator. You wouldn't believe the conversation I was having with the worm about.
Hey, never mind that. Something important has gone missing, and
Ace Galaxy, this is the editor-in-chief at the Giant Book of Destiny. An emergency situation has arisen and we need your help. Our location is currently being fed into your ship's GPS system along with wormhole passages not available on regular maps. Everything will be explained when you get here.
GPS?
Galactic Positioning System.
Phoenix, are you sure you're going the right way? That billboard said, "Star system close for repair. Danger. Keep out."
I am following the course they programmed into my databanks.
That billboard says, "Asteroid field ahead. Do not enter."
Wow, it's beautiful out there. Step on it, Phoebe.
I cannot turn back. Impact with the first asteroid in 3, 2, 1.
Where's the boom?
We passed right through the asteroid.
It must be a holographic asteroid field.
When this is over, let's go find a real one.
glad to see you, Mr. Galaxy. Unusual as it is around here, we didn't know if you'd make it. Is that dog, Phoenix?
Call me Ace. You said something was lost. I thought a dog might prove helpful in tracking whatever it is down. So my ship transformed into these good girls here. That one is Phoenix. This one is Dee. Phoenix, Dee, sit.
What? Or dog? Woof. If you called in a knitting fixated detective, you must be desperate. Could this emergency situation result in death? Destruction on a universal scale? Owl. Awoo.
Copy it. You're sure that timer you installed is correct?
Yes, ma'am. We've now got exactly 4 hours and 1 minute left before the lockdown comes to an end.
Mr. Galaxy, you're supposed to be conducting an investigation, not wasting time knitting a magnificent scarf. Copy aid, this dick isn't up to the task. Find us another one.
I knit so that while my conscious mind is distracted counting knits and pearls, my unconscious mind can process what I hear and formulate theories. To clarify, here in the offices of the Giant Book of Destiny, everything in creation is written in a single volume.
And edited.
There's also a secret backup copy which the two of you found out about today when another emergency situation arose.
Hard as it is to imagine, fact-checker Fran used the backup to save existence and restore destiny. And then half an hour later, she lost it.
Oh, I'm grateful.
You said after destiny was restored, two people came by this office. A delivery person and a librarian, both of whom had complaints about their destiny. I'm surprised it didn't occur to you to suspect either of them.
We are editors, very good at catching typos, not the criminally insane. But there's no reason to suspect either of those beings. When they were here, even I didn't know that the backup copy had been used to restore destiny.
Ma'am, what about Oris?
Oris can't have stolen the book. He has no hands.
Oris? Who's Oris?
Oris is the ear in the 12th Cup Cafe. He hears coffee orders from all over the building and has them ready by the time you get down there.
Woof! No lineups in the mess hall? Oh, my old crew would have loved that.
Oh, no. There are always long lineups. Sometimes they go out the door and all the way down to the first floor.
I thought you said orders were ready by the time people got there.
Coffee's not really that great. The lineups are to talk to Oris. He has a very sympathetic ear.
So, Oris has probably heard the gripes and problems of everyone in the building.
Ma'am, when I came back from getting your coffee, both Sylvie the librarian and the delivery guy were down there with Oris.
Unravel the scarf needles. Time to go. Woof.
Copy aid, take them to the bathroom.
No need. I went before we got here.
So the dogs can get a scent from the backup copy bookcase.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm confident we'll find the culprit and restore destiny within the next 3 hours and 54 minutes. I'm glad you like the scarf. I knitted it for you.
Do you think he'll be able to save us, ma'am?
No, we're doomed. But just in case we're not. Did you say he's single?
Down in the 12th Cup Cafe, Dee is sharing all her unexploded gripes with a very sympathetic ear.
Woof. I was 2 seconds from fulfilling my life's purpose when the pleading cries of my alter ego infiltrated my program like a virus. Till my end finally comes, I take solace in the death and destruction of others. Woof, woof.
Phoenix, Dee, come. We've got to keep this investigation moving. You can come back and talk to Oris after we save existence.
I've gotta say, I've got mixed feelings about this whole saving existence thing.
Can't.
You have the scent of office supplies from the delivery guy's ship? This way!
I still think we should be looking for Sylvie the librarian. She and the delivery guy were the only two within earshot when Oris mentioned the book. The delivery guy made a lot of noise, but she was devastated and desperate.
Devastated and desperate don't equal speed. In the race toward their destinies, the wheel would have won. Come on, we have to follow the dogs. Phoenix, are you sure we're going the right way?
The smell of office supplies is strong in the whole building. But in this direction, I'm also picking up axle grease. Oh!
Of course! This is the way to the docking bay. Hurry.
We've only got 3 hours left. Phoenix, initiate 10-minute alerts.
A death countdown? I love those!
We are here.
You're sure this is the right docking bay?
It stinks of anger and resentment.
She means ink, paper, typewriter cartridges, pens.
Woof. 2 hours, 50 minutes.
I don't see any way to open the door from the outside. Phoenix, do you see an escape hatch or a space dock we could break in through?
No. Delivery guy, come out or prepare to be boarded. Oh! Hey, what do you know? It worked.
Says he doesn't have what we're looking for.
He hasn't said anything.
All that spinning and turning and waving the plank with sign language. The universal translator can't make heads or tails out of it.
Duh! No heads or tails! Woof.
It's beautiful, like an interpretive dance. But I'm still certain he would have gotten to the book first.
He did, but he doesn't have it anymore. He says, we can go ahead and search the ship if we want to.
Phoenix, search the ship to confirm what he's saying. Signing. Delivery guy, where's the book now?
Sylvie was waiting for me when I got back here after retrieving the book. I didn't want to listen to her, but I couldn't go anywhere. She was so devastated, it broke my heart. Aw. Unlike that editor upstairs, I actually do have a heart. I gave Sylvie the book. She said lockdown drills always last 24 hours. She was confident she could stay hidden in the library until it's over.
What about you?
She promised she would write me up a standard humanoid form. An ordinary head, couple of legs. That's all I wanted.
All clear, Ace. Backup copy is not in there. 2 hours, 30 minutes.
You know, we're in an unprecedented pocket of total free will right now. You are a gorgeous dancer. Why would you want to be like zillions of other beings? If we manage to save existence before Sylvie rewrites you into ordinary, you should consider ditching the delivery business and creating a new future as an artist.
Wow. This library is massive. This crazy building is way bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside.
Yeah. We get that a lot.
How many rooms did you say are in this cold, dark place?
Last count, billions.
2 hours, 20 minutes.
We can't search room by room. 10 lifetimes wouldn't be enough time to search this place.
We have to figure a way to narrow our search. Copy 8. Did Sylvie say anything this morning that might give us a clue?
What clue could we possibly find in something she said?
You said she hated change. She preferred to do exactly the same thing at the same time every day.
So?
And she created a destiny diary so she'd know precisely what to expect every day.
What does that have to do with anything?
The death of her fiancé and the stress of acquiring the book were huge disruptions to her regular routine. After all that, she would have needed to regroup in familiar surroundings.
She hates change. She came here so she could create a destiny diary. Hold on, she did show me a page out of that diary.
Take your time, pencils. We've got 2 hours, 18 minutes with nothing else to do. Woof.
Oh, today she was supposed to be creating reference materials about God's third once-in-a-lifetime smiting of every living thing on the planet Zonkus.
So Sylvie must work either in the planet Zonkus department or the God department.
Ah, God's smiting. Over 1 million rooms are dedicated to different aspects of God.
We should split up. Phoenix, can you and D shape-shift into a walkie-talkie?
You bet.
Here, Copier, you take D. I'll hold on to Phoenix.
I cannot wait.
Copier, you search the God Smiting department, and I'll take Zonkus. All these librarians look alike. Even if I find Sylvie, how will I recognize her?
I don't even know if I'd recognize her. Except if she was blue.
Blue?
Well, like most cephalopod species, biblions can change color for camouflage. I don't know why, but while she was in Ma'am's office, Sylvie turned blue.
How does anyone find their way in this place?
Tell an elevator where you want to go. It will take you through the appropriate wormhole passages to your destination.
Elevator, Zonkus.
5 minutes.
5 minutes? We were only in the elevator a few seconds.
We were going pretty fast through those wormholes. A few seconds for us was over 2 hours for everyone else in the building.
Ace! Ace Galaxy! Do you copy? Over!
I'm here, Copier. Over.
I've been trying to reach you for over an hour! Over!
Sorry about that. We were stuck in an elevator. Sort of. Did you find Sylvie? Over.
No! She's not here! Over!
Do you see her, Ace?
I don't know. There are 3 biblions in here. Phoenix, what was the name of her fiancé?
Consulting my memory banks. Bogdan. His name was Bogdan.
Sylvie, I was so sorry to hear about Bogdan. There she is.
How'd you know?
She's blue.
Sylvie picks up a heavy book off her desk, and with the precision that comes with coordinating so many tentacles, throws it and hits Ace in the leg.
Ah! Phoenix, I think that heavy book she threw broke my leg. Can you catch her?
I cannot change shape without my other half. 2 minutes.
I heard everything through the walkie-talkie. Phoenix, here's her other half.
Go, Phoenix! What kind of bird is that?
Looks like she transformed into a giant Kronos seabird.
Huh. I thought she'd turn into... Never mind. I thought it took 2 hours to get here in that elevator.
I took the stairs. They're faster. Almost as fast as that Biblion. Ace, Sylvia's going to get away. Phoenix can't reach her.
I'm sure Phoenix chose that particular seabird for a reason. Wait. Look at that long tongue she's using to grab onto that tentacle.
Good work, Mr. Galaxy. As for you, librarian, the writers and the scary beings in senior management will deal with you once they've read my report. Copy aid, write the report.
Ma'am, please. None of this was supposed to happen. I wasn't going to change anyone's destiny except my own.
Ma'am,
Yes, Mr. Galaxy?
I've been considering everything that's happened, and in accordance with the sign outside, I believe we can conclude this situation to everyone's satisfaction.
Joe's Pizza delivered hot and fresh anywhere in the galaxy within 30 years or it's free? What, as a last meal? Good idea.
Not that sign. The one that says, no refunds, no exchanges, all destinies are final.
Copy 8, what is this space dick talking about?
In order to restore Destiny after today's first emergency situation, fact-checker Fran had to make one small change not made in the original book.
Yes, I did.
Tossed an extra meteor into the mix?
Yes. Wait, how did you know?
Because an unexpected meteor killed Sylvie's fiancé this morning. You see, ma'am, according to your own rules, you need to erase that meteor to restore Destiny to the way it should be.
Fine. Copy 8, get all the paperwork done. Restore the fiancé, erase all memories about the backup copy, and add Mr. Galaxy and that personality challenged ship to the index under Space Investigators.
Ace, I have a question. How did you get Sylvie to change color?
You said she turned blue when she told Ma'am about her fiancé. I surmised she could probably change color to camouflage, but she couldn't hide her emotions.
Huh. How did you know it would work?
I didn't know for sure. I knew I couldn't put my faith in Destiny. Sometimes you just have to hope for the best.
Existence has been saved from unspeakable peril twice within today's allotted 60 minutes. Will it stay saved? Can you send requests into Destiny? Will Radium really increase your vitality? Tune in next time to find out!
I have to say, I have mixed feelings about this whole saving existence thing. And was that part of it, or did you actually want me to find it?
It must be a holographic something.
Fran, Destiny is in your hands!
Why would an office shot me? What the an office shot? Oh my god! Ha! Just read your script. I'm reading a script. I have to have it memorized, right? They can't the transmission. She's cut.
I mean, I would just use that. That was amazing.
Let me do it one more time, and then, just in case. I can't do this again.
Nothing in particular to do. See that? Okay.
2 hours, 20 minutes. I'm gonna do that again.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, good.
I want that one.
As manifestations of the recycling pile, self-aware... Oh, this is good.